In the last few years, we've all seen the craze of killer clowns that didn't actually kill anybody. Well, brace yourself for a killer clown that not only kills people, but kills children. How does he do that? By manifesting into your biggest fear. Aye, that's a bit worse than some 40-year-old virgin in a pound shop clown costume. Anyway, here's our A to Z rundown of everything It, from the 1986 Stephen King novel that started it all, to the 1990 miniseries, you know, the one with Tim Curry, and right on to the 2017 remake that's due out in September. Andres Muschietti. Muschietti made his directorial debut with Mama back in 2013. He directed and co-wrote the film with his sister Barbara Muschietti. Mama had a budget of $15 million but went on to make $71 million. It was due to the success of this film that he was hired by New Line Cinema to direct It in 2015. Barons. In Stephen King's fictional town of Derry, the Barons play a vital role. The Losers Club, more on that later, adopt the Barons as their home away from home and host their first meeting there. Derry's landfill, gravel pit and several sewer pump stations are all housed within the Barons, as is the Loser Club's underground clubhouse. Clowns. The main antagonist in It is a mysterious evil being from an unknown dimension outside the reaches of space, came to Earth to feed, adopting the guise of Pennywise the dancing clown. This entity can shapeshift into any form but chooses a clown to attract children. It prefers to prey upon innocent human children as they are easier to attract and scare. After all, frightened flesh tastes better. Derry. The fictional town of Derry first appeared in King's short story The Bird and the Album, but It, The Body, Insomnia, Bag of Bones, Dreamcatcher and Fair Extension all take place in the same town. Eddie Cochran. Eddie Cochran is one of It's first victims. Cochran attends the same school as the Losers Club and both he and his sister are victims of abuse at the hands of their stepfather. We don't want to give anything away, but let's just say what happens to poor Eddie is grim. Fridge. Another great character that was overlooked in the miniseries is Patrick Hockstetter, a very troubled and creepy child that ran with the Bowers gang. He found an old fridge in the Barrens and would put dead animals in it before moving on to live animals. He meets his fate one day when he goes into the fridge, but we won't spoil that for you. Georgie. That is all. Henry Bowers. Henry Bowers is the secondary protagonist in the story of It. He is the leader of the aptly named Bowers gang. He is racist, he is violent, and he gets his chicken choked by fellow bully Patrick Hockstetter. Aye. It is what the Losers Club named the dark entity that is stalking the children of Derry, but it has other names such as Bob Gray. Jaws. In the novel, Tommy, can't pronounce his second name, sees the shark from Jaws in the Derry Canal. King. Stephen King has written countless works during his career, which includes 54 published books, 6 of which appear under the name Richard Bachman, and over 200 short stories. He's had more books made into films than any other author, and he also played rhythm guitar in the Rock Bottom Remainders, a band comprised of other writers and also at one time featured Simpsons creator Matt Groening. He retired the band in 2012. Losers Club. The Losers Club is comprised of Bill, Bev, Ben, Richie, Eddie, Mike and Stan. The team are drawn together by the torture they endure by Henry Bowers and his gang. Macroverse. The Macroverse is a void in space where the entity is from. If you want to know more, then read the book, because it's far too deep to explain in a video. Neibolt Street. An abandoned house at number 29 Neibolt Street is where Eddie first encounters It. Flash forward 27 years, and one of the first victims is found across the street from this house. Oath. The Losers Club swear a blood oath to go back to Derry if It ever does return. Pennywise. Pennywise the dancing clown makes an appearance in other King novels. In the Tommyknockers, a clown is seen in the storm drain by a character travelling through Derry, and in Dreamcatcher there is some graffiti spotted on a wall that reads, "Pennywise lives." Quote. There are some great quotes from the miniseries such as the classic "Kiss me, fat boy" and
"They float, They float."
But this quote really sums up the character of Pennywise.
"I'm every nightmare you ever had. I am your worst dream come true. I'm everything you ever were afraid of."
Ritual of Chud. The Ritual of Chud is a psychic battle of wills and is a nightmare to describe, so just read it in the book. Sewer. The Derry sewer system is the secret lair of It, and it is based on an urban legend. There is a story that the sewers were in such a rush to be constructed in 1930 that so many corners were cut, no one has a reliable map of the Bangor sewer system. Ideal for a horror story. Turtles. Turtle imagery appears throughout It. with us finding out that some kind of cosmic turtle and natural enemy of It vomited out our universe. Again, you really need to read the book because trying to explain that a macroverse, ancient ritual and universe vomiting turtle is a bit tricky. Urus. Stan Urus is everyone in the real world when it comes to It. Flat out denial and then just bow out when it comes to fighting It again. I'm with you, Stan.
V.
Vampires. It is an energy vampire that feeds on the fear of the children it terrorizes.
W.
Werewolf. A werewolf is what Richie first sees It as after catching the movie I Was a Teenage Werewolf.
X.
Explosion? The explosion in the Kitchener Ironworks in Derry plays a big part in it. The explosion itself happened in 1906 and killed... What? What do you mean explosion doesn't count for X? Fine. What about xenology? Is that good enough for you? Xenology is the scientific study of extraterrestrial life derived from the Greek xenos, which as a substantive has the meaning stranger, wanderer, refugee, and as an adjective, foreign, alien, strange, and unusual, the perfect word for the study of It.
Y.
Years. The years of when the story is set in the novel and original miniseries will differ in the new movie, moving it from 1957 and 58 and 1984 to 85 to 1989 and 2016.
Z.
Zach Denenbrough. Zach Denenbrough, Bill's dad, is a stone cold prick. After Georgie's death, Bill's dad was distinctly cold to his remaining son, pretty much blaming him for what happened. And that's our A to Z of it. If you liked this video, then please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one, and leave any A to Z suggestions you would like to see in the comments below. We're on all the social medias, and why not have a look at some of the videos on screen right now. Cheers, and see you next time.